Alright, everybody, welcome back to the next round here. We won the die roll. We would love to play first. Let's take a look at our opener here. It's one land, but we have Street Wraith and two Serum Visions. Plus we have Thoughtseize, which I'll probably lead on. So I think this is definitely a keep. Opponent's going down to 6. Opponent's keeping their hand, and let's see if they're keeping on top, on bottom. Alright, so usually when I don't have a second land, I like to cycle Street Wraith first. And we did not hit it, so we'll go ahead and just get a Watery Grave. We'll shock, and we will go ahead and Thoughtseize our opponent. Looks like we're up against Tron here. Green-black Tron, to be exact. So we have two options here. We could take their Ancient Stirrings, because they're one piece away from Tron. Or we could take away Oblivion Stone, because that card is really powerful. But if they play it before they get Tron, we could just try to K-command it. So, Chromatic Sphere is not, I mean, it's like, I think Ancient Stirrings is definitely the best card in their hand, though. So we'll go ahead and take that. It's probably like the best turn 1 play they have, or maybe turn 2 play, because they want to get a Tron land in play first. Where's his mine? And then probably Chromatic Sphere. Yep. Got it, sir. Here's where we want to hopefully hit another land, and then Serum Visions into some action. So we did not hit it, but we did get another land. And we're going to be Serum Visioning again, so it doesn't really matter. We'll get Steam Vents here. And we see Death Shadow, Stubborn Denial, both great cards, and Thoughtseize. So I think we want to get down Death Shadow next turn. Or maybe we want to do Thoughtseize, keep up Stubborn Denial, actually. And then play Death Shadow the following turn. That way it's a 5/5, and Stubborn Denial can be turned on. Or we can play Death Shadow plus Serum Visions, which is also a fine play. Let's think here. I like playing Death Shadow with Stubborn Denial backup. So I'm going to go ahead and, even though it slows down our clock a bit, at least we're significantly disrupting our opponent in some way. But those are two of the perfect cards to see on top there right now, to be honest. Black mana? I got Thoughtseize? Or Collective Brutality, maybe? Yeah, they might Collective Brutality me here. So there goes... Oh man, Collective Brutality. Let's see, what modes are they picking? Sorry, just single mode. So they'll probably take Stubborn Denial as my guess. Which now kind of makes me feel bad that I'm not, going straight for the Death Shadow. But we could still do it. I kind of want to hit a third... I kind of want to look at their hand first of all, with Thoughtseize next turn. They took K-Command. Also, not a bad pick, if their plan is to Oblivion Stone, eventually. We still have Stubborn Denial, so I like going Thoughtseize here. They have another Brutality, which is pretty good. And I don't really care about World Breaker right now. So we're going to take Collective Brutality and then hope to Stubborn Denial their Oblivion Stone when they try to play it. And that'll just be tempo positive. I think I'll just not play it, but then we're playing a Death Shadow next turn, and then it'll be a hard counter. And we might as well just take this while we can. They can't pay for it, so there goes that. So all we know is World Breaker in hand right now, which is fine because they don't have Tron. Alright, we'll start with a Serum Vision. Get another Thoughtseize and a K-Command. Interesting. I kind of like both of those. The question is, I think we want to put the land on top, but we won't crack the fetch. And that way, let's see, I mean, if our opponent, yeah, Blooming Marsh, that's fine. Here we'll play Thoughtseize. Karn. I think Karn is worse than a World Breaker at this point, so we'll go ahead and take Karn. All I got is World Breaker left. So let's see, we could make our creature a 10/10 right now, and although it gives up the K command next turn, it ensures the kill the following turn. So let's get him, and just gotta fade one turn here. I mean, not really fade. They'll if they get Tron, they'll have to block, and they got Tron. Wow, it's not bad. And they can blow up one of our lands here. Let's see. That sacrifice land return to hand, and then they have to cast it again. I mean, it's an out. Sure. And they have to block, or else, they're dead, which is important. Is it worth going to 1 here? I don't think it makes a difference. Right? If they don't block, they're dead. Let's go ahead and attack. That was kind of like worst case scenario, to be honest. And we'll just keep the land in hand for now. We just gotta fade one more turn. If they get another Tron land, can they... Let's see, that's 2, 5, 7, 8, 9. Potentially 12. Alright, we got there. Alright, for these uninteractive matchups, first of all, I like Stubborn Denial as a full package. I like Temur Battle Rage. Fulminators, of course. K Command, and then... got ahead of myself. I'm not sure we need Terminates, but... let's go ahead and cut all the Fatal Pushes. Hand Disruption is very important in this matchup, so we'll keep those. The question is, do we want Lightning Bolts? I think they're probably the worst card in our deck. I don't think we want Terminate. I don't think we want to play the slow game. We want to go quick and fast and get them. Spellbomb worth it? I don't think green-black plays any. I mean, aside from World Breaker, I don't think there's any reason to exile their graveyard. So I think we can just cut the bolts. Pretty weak here. Get the combo in there, get the trample. And they'll definitely have some Fatal Pushes, which is why I want Stubborn Denial. But yeah, I think we're pretty well positioned against Tron. So Fulminator, K commands, plus our disruptive package, plus cheap creatures, plus maybe combo, I think is a good setup to win here. Take a look at our hand. We have 2 Stubborn Denials, which could be pretty good. And then we have a creature as well to make use of that Stubborn Denial. Now, we don't have like a Thought Scour or anything like that, but or a Hand Disruption spell. But I think it's still a keep. It's a bit on the slower side, but if we can set up with Gurmag Angler and then start Stubborn Denial, like their spells, I think we should be in a good position. We can even do this early to disrupt their setup, like a Sylvan Scrying or something like that. See, no land please. Okay, land. Here we'll probably get Watery Grave, and maybe Stubborn Denial their spell. I mean, this might be too slow if they just have like complete non-interaction here. Yep. Sure, draw a card. Ancient Stirrings. I think that's worth Stubborn Denialing at this point because we don't know when we're going to set up our Delve creature right now, so we'll just take what we can get. for now and hope to draw like a Thought Scour. There's another Tron piece. That is pretty scary, to be honest. Oh boy. Alright. So Tron is happening soon. Not necessarily next turn, but come on, Thought Scour. Okay, land. Okay, let's think here. If we'll have 4 lands in our graveyard. I mean, 3 cards in our graveyard, 2 lands. Yeah, we're not getting Tron anytime soon. So we have Blood Crypt is the better fetch to play right here. I mean, Bloodstained Mire. Yeah, this is a problem. I mean, the hand might just be a little too slow and not enough disruption, especially when we draw 2 lands off the top. So, yep. Opponent's gonna have Tron online, and we're just gonna hope to draw Thought Scour and keep up something like Stubborn Denial for the following turn. Unless they do something like Collective Brutality here, in which case we have to Stubborn Denial, or else we lose Stubborn Denial. Like I said, we don't want to draw a land. Let's go ahead and get as many black sources as we possibly can. Snapcaster Mage, not quite what we're looking for. Right, so we could play Gurmag Angler, but we won't have Stubborn Denial backup. That is the problem. So if they go for something like a Karn next turn, I mean, there is an argument to just playing the Gurmag Angler, but if they Karn, we're not in a great position. So go ahead and play the fetch and hope they just Karn without Stubborn Denial backup. Like an extra mana is what I mean. Because they could have just like a Blooming Marsh here, and then they run out 7 mana, and we got them. And then next turn, sure. Oh, they could have a World Breaker here too. That would be tough. And they have another land anyway, so. Go Oblivion Stone here? Are they going for Ugin? Oh my god. Oh my god, that just feels really good. So the question is, do we Snapcaster Mage Stubborn Denial? And that reduces the amount of cards in our graveyard? Or do we just Stubborn Denial? Let's think how this next turn is gonna go. I think we want to snap Stubborn Denial. We'll go ahead and get a Steam Vents here. And then, honestly, because if we draw Thought Scour, we really want to be able to play Gurmag Angler and keep up Stubborn Denial in the same turn. Which is why we're doing this from the graveyard. Although it decreases our chances on playing a Gurmag Angler next turn. But that was kind of, not best case scenario, but, who knows what else they have left in their hand. Temur Battle Rage, hello. Interesting, we could keep up another Stubborn Denial here. We could even keep up Stubborn Denial, snap Stubborn Denial. But Stubborn Denial feels really bad because we can't get this Gurmag Angler out. So here, like a Tasigur would feel much better. With that said, I'll go ahead and shock and pass. Because next turn we'll be able to go Gurmag Angler plus Stubborn Denial. Unless, of course, we have to burn all our Stubborn Denials right now. Alright, Chromatic Sphere is fine. As long as you're spending your mana for digging rather than playing threats is fine with me. Oblivion Stone also fine right now. We're going to have to try to find a K command because Oblivion Stone does make it difficult to commit to the board. Alright, Serum Vision, it's a good start. Helps us dig. Yeah, let's Serum Visions first. Thoughtseize, Straight Wraith. Thought Scour, actually, is kind of want both of these cards, but at the same time, it doesn't deal with Oblivion Stone. So yeah, we'll go ahead and Thoughtseize first, and see what our opponent is messing around with here. Two Fatal Push. Okay. Alright. Okay, opponent. I got you. I feel a lot less comfortable running out the Gurmag Angler, knowing that the Oblivion Stone is on the board. So what I'm going to do actually is try to force my opponent to... I'm going to go down to a low life here, but I'm going to try to force my opponent to use up their either Fatal Push or blow up Oblivion Stone. If they want to crack Chromatic Sphere and Fatal Push something, then they then we get a chance to steal the card that they draw. So the question they're asking themselves, is the card I'm about to draw better than, Fatal Pushing this creature? And they're going to go ahead and probably Fatal Push, because they don't want to blow their Oblivion Stone on a Snapcaster Mage, because that feels pretty bad. But let's see if we can rip something good here. Just another land. Alright, we're down to 1. So we really want to draw a K command. That'll force them to blow up Oblivion Stone. All they have is power. Alright, so they drew a Blooming Marsh. So we know that all they have is 1 card in hand. So this game's far from over. Alright, we knew we were drawing Thought Scour. Like I said, I think our black mana is the most important. But what did we get in the graveyard? Fulminator Mage. Let's go again. Serum Visions. Alright. Let's start with attacking here. Like I said, I don't want to run out Gurmag Angler without having a backup plan. So both of those are not particularly good to us right now. So we're on the hunt for another Delve creature at the moment, and hoping that our opponent just whiffs on a few more draws. But they have a lot of live plays right now. Yep, oh boy. Like whatever this is. This looks like an Ugin. It's a pretty good top deck. Yep, and then they can sacrifice Sanctum. Yep. Maybe I should have played Gurmag to force them to blow up Oblivion Stone. But I'm not sure that that's a winning line. Yep. We really just wanted to see more creatures this game. Or a K command or something. Yep. Alright. Next game. I don't think we could have played that any differently. I think we just hoped to have drawn less lands and drawn more action, but we'll run it back. I think our configuration is pretty good. Alright, we would love to play first. Yes, this is a great hand. 100% great hand. So here we're going to want to shock first. Before cycling Street Wraith. Another Thoughtseize is pretty good. Let's see. Is that Natural Tron? Oh my god. What do you even do against something like that? Okay. In the case of Natural Tron, I like to take the action. Which is, this case is going to be Karn. And we're going to go for the quick Tassiger and just try to draw some more creatures and squeeze out a win here. But this is not, you know, not ideal, is what I'm trying to say here. I want to wait to Thoughtseize for one more turn. Reason being, then we get a look. We get to take a look at more cards right before they get to natural Tron. So we'll have to see if this is a fast enough start, because, you know, like I said, natural Tron is natural Tron, and there's not much you can do about it. But now we have Thoughtseize plus Stubborn Denial plus a potential quick kill with Temur Battle Rage. There goes Sphere. They played Power Plant. There's a Star, which we did not know about. And then they played the Mine. Alright, more Thoughtseize. Definitely not against that. So let's start out with Thoughtseize. Let's see if we feel like we want to burn both in the same turn. And then keep up Stubborn Denial. Interesting. So they just drew a bunch of junk. And they already have Tron up. And I don't really care about Expedition Map at this point in the game. So I like just taking the Fatal Push. Go ahead and attack. I'll go ahead and take some more damage here just in case we draw a Death Shadow. But our hand is pretty good. It doesn't win in like a turn or two, but we have enough disruption to hopefully keep them off action for a bit. Oh boy. What did you get here? Don't do this to me, man. Come on. I thought we were friends. Yeah, that's not happening today. Alright, so we know that all they have in hand is Expedition Map, Marsh. They have another draw with this Sphere. Tarn is not what we want to see, but at least it lets us activate Tasigur. Let's go ahead and attack. The question is, do we want to Thoughtseize take away the Expedition Map right now? Because at this point, they're probably playing whatever they draw. I think activating Tasigur might be a little bit better. But it's possible that they could just be at the point where, you know. Yep. I mean, we're at the mercy of our opponent's top deck here, which doesn't feel great. Does not feel great. Ancient Stirrings, probably one of the best cards that they could have found. Just lets them see so much, but if they take an expensive spell here, we can try to take it with Thoughtseize. However, if they see like a Wormcoil Engine, and they can play it this turn, Ulamog, that's great. They'll probably play Expedition Map and crack it. Yep. Which is fine for us. Play a Blooming Marsh. I mean, I think they want to crack it right now. They don't. Okay, that's fine. Here we don't want to go down to too much life, so we'll just get a basic island. And we'll activate Tasigur. Because our opponent doesn't know that we already have a Thoughtseize in hand. So they might just want to give us... They'll probably give us Street Wraith at this point. They don't want to give us Stubborn Denial. But maybe they do want to give us Stubborn Denial? I'm not sure. This game is close. I feel like Street Wraith is probably the card they want to give me here. Because they know that... Nice. Stubborn Denial is great here, actually. It just saves me against so many of their potential top decks. Swamp is also not. I mean, a polluted delta is also not the worst because it potentially lets me. And then I have the win next turn with Temur Battle Rage. And now even Ugin isn't, a game-winning draw. I think we'll just keep this delta in hand, though. Just make him think a bit more, because activating, they'll just give me something like Street Wraith or Thoughtseize back, which would kill me. Yep. So now we just, as usual, have to fade one draw. Sanctum of Ugin, sure. Come on. Let's fade. Fade, fade, fade. It's always the worst playing against Tron, but this is why I like the Grixis version, because we have much better game against the top of our opponent's deck. Oh jeez, oh jeez. 1, 2, 3, 5. The world. Oh my gosh. Man, maybe I should have played the Delta to get a red source. Oh my god. Can't even get one draw, huh? Not even one. Yeah, I think I mean, I don't like to tilt, but that's a tilting draw. Opponent's probably gonna get an Ulamog here. Or another World Breaker, sure. Maybe they only have one Ulamog. It's like a Death Shadow might be good here. Street Wraith. I mean, we have to. We just have to, or else we're dead. Guess we can... but if they play another one, we needed to see something there, and that wasn't it. I mean, sometimes you just can't beat a creature spell. I think we set ourselves up in the best possible position to win that game, but like I said, our opponent got like the perfect draw probably. But yeah, well, we'll see if our opponent attacks, but I'm thinking if we had gotten like a red source last turn with Polluted Delta, then maybe we could have attacked, cast Temur Battle Rage, deal 1 damage, and then maybe top deck. I don't know what we could top deck, like a Snapcaster Mage to fight through these World Breakers. I mean, at this point, our opponent just has to make some sort of mistake for us to get anywhere. But we have to block here. Say okay. Yep. You're just watching me die here, basically. This is all this is. World Breaker's in. Yeah, I don't think we have a draw here that gets us out at this point. I mean, we had the win lined up here. That's what's so frustrating. And, you know, we didn't see a Death Shadow that entire game. Oh, hey, Death Shadow. Thanks for joining the party. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you were able to see at least some optimal plays in this game. And even though we didn't get there, you were able to learn something. Alright, see you guys next round.